So the Patriots are 5-2. Browns haven't really played well on the road. What are some of the keys to this? Who needs to step up for the Browns? A win puts them at 3-5 heading into the bye. What do they need to have happen there?
It feels kind of like a cop out to say Miles Garrett like needs to have a big game, but Miles Garrett's going against a rookie left tackle, right? So like when there are matchups like that, when you've got your best player that is potentially the best player at that position in the NFL, and he's going up against a rookie in Will Campbell, who I like Will Campbell. I think he's had a pretty good year. Their first round pick out of LSU, and but the one thing that was a knock on Will Campbell for me, and why I was kind of considering him more of a guard prospect in the NFL during the draft process was he struggles against speed to the outside. He'll give up that outside shoulder if you can, and Miles has that crazy get off and that bend and like which is unhuman the way he can bend at the hip. That's something that Will Campbell is very susceptible to. Like you are able to beat him that way on the outside. He gives up that outside shoulder. So whoever's rushing on that side, if they can take advantage of that, then they've got a really nice chance of, not putting pressure early and often on Drake May. And on the offensive side of the ball, it's pretty simple for me. Continue to run the offense through Quinshon Judkins. This dude is the bell cow of this offense. Once you really started, he broke off that big run. I know that they kind of limited him a little bit because they were stacking the box and stuff, but you could see some of those play actions and misdirection and bootlegs working better. And they had that little slip screen to Malachi Corley because the Browns were sticking to the run. They were pounding it down their throats and they were getting, good yardage. And so they were able to create that, deception and they got to do it again this week.
Do you expect them to go big personnel again? The Patriots run defense, they have not allowed a running back to hit 50 yards this year. That's how good Mike Vrabel's defense has been.
Yeah, I would expect that a little bit. And I think part of that has to do with if David Njoku returns, because David Njoku being one of their best blocking tight end, I think you saw a little bit of extra offensive lineman in a situation where maybe David Njoku would have been in that position. But he did return to practice today. We'll see what happens if he's able to go in that game. But it's clear to me, some of the creativity. If you want to get some more Dylan Sampson and Quinshon Judkins on the field at the same time to try to, kind of confuse them a little bit and try to see if he can get the first 50-yard rusher. But the way the quarterback's playing, the limits he has physically, and the way the pass catchers are playing, it's got to go through the run game. So you got to be creative. If it's big personnel, like I think you'll see plenty of 6, 7 offensive linemen. I think maybe we'll see some more of that Quinshon Judkins Wildcat. I'm just waiting for him to throw a touchdown pass. Like, if I thought they were going to attempt it in this last game. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, it's immovable immovable object and unstoppable force kind of colliding together. We're talking about their run defense versus our run game, but just the way things are constructed, you just got to run the offense through Quinshon Judkins.